It was a young and English summer, a song that changed my mind. I heard it on the radio.
Bye. Okay. It's been 10 years since the Swellers got together. Tell us about how things have changed, the best moments of the band.
Alright, so 10 years ago, it was just my brother and I, playing music. We wanted to play punk rock shows. And after about 4 years of doing that in school, we left school, we graduated, and then we decided we wanted to tour full time. So we just toured all over the place, mostly in the United States, Canada. And then, some band members left because they didn't like touring, and then we got new band members. And then we started coming over to Europe, Australia, Asia, and yeah, so pretty much we just tour the whole world now and just make records and tour. But yeah, I think the best moments are when we get to go someplace new for the first time. It's just really exciting that, me playing a stupid little guitar can bring me to other countries. It's really cool.
Okay. Have you ever thought you'd come this far?
No. I mean, when you're a kid, you always dream about being a rock star and, having big cars or big houses and cars and lots of money and stuff, but you don't really think about what's in between. So, when you're little, you think, cool, I'll write a hit song and then I'll have a mansion, but you don't think, like, I'm going to get to actually travel to, Italy and headline a show in a punk rock club. Like, that's so cool. I never thought we would ever be able to do that. And, sometimes touring and traveling, it gets hard, and it's like, oh, our band it's hard to get our band bigger, and, things aren't going so well sometimes. But then you stop and think, like, wow, what would I think? And then saw myself now. It's such a big change, and we've been really, really lucky. Something we think about a lot.
Okay. Was there a moment in which you realized you weren't a local band anymore? I mean, in which you realized you were in the so-called music business?
Yeah, I think it was the first time when I think it was when we started touring. Because like playing, local shows at home, they would get better and better and better. More people, and we'd sell merchandise, and we were really excited. But the true test was going to another place and playing and hoping that somebody would like your band. So, we went to, like 5 hours away from home, and then it was like 10 hours, 20 hours, 48 hours away, like really, really long drives, and just staying on tour for 2 or 3 months at a time. And we would come home and realize that we pretty much broke even. We didn't lose money, but we didn't make money. And we were so excited, like, I can't believe we just did this. We toured the whole United States, and we're not starving, and that was when we realized, like, I think we can do this. And then, some tours got even better than that, and that's when we realized things are getting better and better, and we need to be really smart about this, and, be safe, be smart, and make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Okay. You traveled the whole world touring as a band. Which country has the best crowd?
Wow. One of the best crowds we ever played to was in Tokyo, Japan, and that was like 6.5 years ago, so long ago. But I think it might have been just crazy because we were so young still, and we were just like, I can't believe that we're in Japan. But actually playing in Milan, Italy, 2 years ago at the Give It a Name Fest, it was like Sum 41 and AFI, the crowd was so crazy. Like, we couldn't believe it. We kept looking at each other like, this is insane, because it's like when you go to like a football match, it's like crazy people going, like, jumping around and yelling. In the States, when you go to a concert or something, people are just kind of like, oh yeah, cool. So when we came over to Europe, that was when we were like, okay, amazing crowds here. Another great place was in Indonesia, so like Jakarta and Bali. Singapore was amazing too. So I think like the further away we get from home, like the more excited we are to play, and also people are more excited that we came from America like so long just to come play a show. So yeah. Anytime we get to go far away, it's always a good crowd.
Okay. How did you come up with the idea of selling self-made drawings with the album pre-order?
Oh wow. I think we were just sitting in the van one day and we said we need to do something extra, give the fans something more. We were just thinking, and Anto, our bass player, he just does really stupid drawings all the time, and we're like, what if we did one for every record that we sold? And that ended up being a lot of drawings. So we were just sitting in the the bumpy van ride all tour long, just drawing, and I don't even know if we finished all of them or not, but Yeah, it was cool. So I was glad that some people, they appreciated it, you know.
Is there something in particular that inspires you when you write? No, wait.
Oh, there's more.
Tell us something about your creative development.
Yeah, it's pretty much just me sitting down with a guitar, and I usually write music first. So it's like I'll have a melody and like the chords, and I'll bring that to my brother, the drummer, and I'm kind of just like, hey, what do you think of this? And then depending on how the song makes you feel, you kind of figure out what you want to write about. So if the song's really upbeat and happy, you kind of have like a more hopeful message, and if it's kind of dark and deep sounding, you know, you want a little bit like a sadder, more serious tone. So then we just think about things that are affecting our daily lives, or like a really great story that we heard that we kind of want to retell in our way, and that's how a song's formed, basically. I just started experimenting with writing lyrics first for the first time ever, which is how a lot of have, but there's a new song that we're working on where I just had all these lyrics and then started playing guitar and singing them, and I was like, oh, well, cool, like there's a new way to write a song. So yeah, it never really stays the same. It's always a little bit different.
Okay. The last time you've been to Italy was in 2010 for the Give It a Name festival, and now we are here as headliners. Which is better, playing at the festival or doing your own tour? And if you were in the crowd, which one would you prefer?
Oh man, I think if I was in the crowd, I would prefer like the smaller show, you know, like the headliner. Yeah. So the band can play longer, there's not people just like elbowing me in the face, you know, it's just like a nice time, you know, to watch the band, and kind of, it's a little bit more intimate. And like the Swellers, like we're a very, very small band, so anybody even comes when we play last, it's just amazing. So that means that people took the time out of their day. Like, you guys could be doing anything you want today, and you came to the Swellers show, and we're just like, what, us? Like, so cool. So yeah, when we did the Give It a Name festival, that was cool because there was so many people that probably didn't even know who we were. So we got to kind of expose ourselves and show them what we were all about. Like, this is our band, this is how we sound, have a good night, and then, you know, that was it. But yeah, this is just so much different, and like, it's scarier. Like, there's more pressure on us, like, oh, I hope somebody comes, and yeah, and it's a Monday night, right? Monday night, and it's gonna be really late when we play. Like, we go on at like 11 or something. Yeah. So yeah, it's a I'll be tired, I'll be ready to go to sleep, so hopefully everybody sticks around for us.
Yeah, I think so. It's been almost 1 year since the release of Good For Me, and now you're about to release a 7-inch, Vehicle City Blues. Vaya Andami.
Yeah.
What shall we expect from the future?
Well, we left our record label, and we just wanted to, you know, do things on our own. We were like, you know, we're on this really, really, really big label that puts out these big pop songs on the radio, but we're a punk rock band, so we kind of were overlooked. And we were like, if we do things on our own for a bit, we can do exactly what we want. You know, we can put out what music we want, what kind of merch we want. So the 7-inch is coming out, and that's kind of our first step of being like, here you go, like, here's new music, kind of a new step in a new direction. And then also we're going to record an EP later in the year, and I think we're gonna put that out on our own, like by ourselves, with no record label. And yeah, so that'll be like the next thing that we do. But then hopefully, you know, a new record label will come about next year.
Okay.
So yeah, we're thinking we're just gonna keep making records, keep touring, and we're just gonna be a little bit smarter about everything, because we've been a band for 10 years. We learned quite a lot. Yeah.
Okay, some stupid question now.
Alright, cool.
We noticed that a lot of bands like you are leaving Fueled by Ramen, and other bands are being fired by Fueled by Ramen.
Oh yeah.
So what will you think will be the next?
Oh, on the label? Oh man, I don't know. Pretty much I would start with the smallest band. You know, I don't even really know who's still on the label. I don't really pay attention very much. But I think, you know, the bands that really love the label are the bands that do really well, which makes sense. You know, like our friends in Fun, they're blowing up. They're like the biggest band ever right now, and we're super happy for them because they're amazing people. You know, same thing with Paramore, just amazing people. But you know, a band like the Swellers, we're just like 4 sweaty dudes. You know, we're not out to make big pop songs. We're like a rock band. We're a punk band. So I think any band that'll leave the label is a band that doesn't sell a lot of records. You know, which is how it goes. And yeah, like we asked to big label will tell you like, nope, you're gone, see you later. But us, we came to them and said, please let us go. Like, we're ready to leave. Like, you know, we're not making anybody any money. We're not even making ourselves any money. So they weren't going to miss us very much, I don't think. But we're still good friends. You know, we like them as people. So that's good.
You are a human being, as we are, and surely you have some bands that you love and that influence you, but we don't mind, and we want to know what are your guilty pleasures.
Oh man, well, you know, Meatloaf is like big time for me. Yeah, like you know, the big fat singer with the long hair. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people make fun of me for liking Meatloaf, but that was like my first rock and roll when I was little. So yeah, him. And like one of my favorite bands will always be Weezer, but you know, I have no problem saying I love them. But yeah, I listen to a lot of stupid pop music too. I really do. Anything that has a really great melody and a great structure and sounds awesome, like I can have appreciation for. So yeah, anything that, because I'm like music composer guy. You know, I melodies and harmonies and all that. So anything that's good for that, that's what I listen to.
Okay. In the video of Inside My Head, you are trying to prepare salad.
Yeah.
Are you a good cook in real life?
I'm getting better. I make a lot of food at my house. My girlfriend goes to work till like 5 p.m. and then when she comes home I try to have dinner made for her, which is like the opposite of how it usually goes. Usually like the guy comes home from work and then like the housewife has the food ready, but I'm the housewife. So I'm learning how to make some food, and basically as long as it's like if you take a frying pan or a pot and put a bunch of stuff in it, like then I'm good. But other than that, like baking, not so good. But slowly I'm figuring it out.
Okay, the last question is a question we do to all bands. And what do you think about eggs?
Eggs?
Yeah.
I don't eat eggs. I haven't in like 11 years. So I think it's very weird that they come out of vaginas. That's very weird. You know, you never really think about that. But yeah, and it's one cell. You know, like we're made up of millions of cells. Like an egg is like that big, and it's one cell. I think that's crazy. So I think eggs are really cool for science, but not for eating. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it though.
Okay. Thank
Cool.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And if everyone else heard this, it wouldn't be so sad. It was the best I ever had.